The conference table is an interesting feature. It was manufactured from the original bowling lanes at Route 66 bowl at 39th and Portland in Oklahoma City. Started in 1959. They took it out in 2010, and Gen 3 Woodworks, some amazing craftsmen in Oklahoma City, crafted this table and another one for the space that we rent out to transmission shared space. And then they did some side tables as well, and they're very, very talented craftsmen. We have a Desmond Mason painting there that Desmond did in a new series that he has. This is Alpha Red 1, and then he's got it's a series of 20 that he has, and he's already sold 7 and they're in LA, and we have one of them here, and then so we have a lot of Desmond pieces here. Some of them are on loan, some of them we purchased, and we wanted to buy art from local artists. So mostly we have Desmond Mason pieces. Shelley Stanfield is one of my favorite artists. She's an Oklahoma City artist, and so we have a lot of her paintings, which are abstract on architectural panel. She's very, very talented, and we're happy to have her participate in our new office. This is my partner, Kurt Dewberry's office, one of my law partners. This office originally had a damage to the brick where somebody tried to take and create a fireplace, and then they re-bricked it, and it was kind of an eyesore, so we covered it with drywall and then used additional redwood siding that we have on the front of the building. And then the desk he has is a Blackhawk desk, and then the Eames chairs and the large windows. And the painting that is on the wall is by a local artist named who goes by Thriftfoot, who takes reclaimed sofa paintings and paints Loch Ness monsters and Bigfoot characters on them and then resells them. So it's very fitting with Kurt's personality of irreverent and fun, and so it fits well with the brick and everything, and it's a good conversation piece. But what I wanted to do was take all of ours together, like some people do with family photographs, and they take hundreds of multi-generational family photographs and put them on a big wall in some interesting design. So I want to do the same thing with our degrees, where it communicates the fact that we're deconstructing the traditional law firm model, and we're doing it as a team. It's not going to be an iconic-driven one-person type of thing. It's going to be a team of people who are available for the clients. And so we think it's very fitting that our diplomas are all combined together to show that what's more important than one person sitting behind a desk is it's an entire resource team to provide for our clients. My office, I wanted to have we're in the automobile alley area. There's all the brick and graffiti, and it has a very urban vibe. Although my wife and I live in a very traditional old home in Heritage Hills, we wanted something within walking distance that was completely different, like something that you would see in New York City or Chicago or San Francisco. We also love the mountains, and we wanted to kind of find the challenge of combining the Oklahoma West aesthetic, but in a completely modern way. So a lot of the pieces are mixed textures, and we have steel, we have leather, we have different types of leather, different types of woods. We have European elk mount that's centered underneath a mid-century modern British bar. The light goes on. I just have to buy glass decanters that'll fit in here. Traditional decanters won't because of the age of this piece. But the light shines. It looks like I wanted a piece that said Don Draper.
Right.
The Aviator series of a desk. It's actually restoration hardware, and so it's just, I like the texture of the softness of the leather and the rigidity of the steel, the clean lines, which to me is very modern. It's kind of retro modern, and another generation's take on modern. And I think it looks great with the exposed original brick, the beams, the exposed ceilings, and the ductwork, which sometimes you'll see them as stainless steel, and we wanted to focus the eye on the art on the walls, and so they're blacked out, but the beams themselves are really works of art. This building was built 80-something years ago as a warehouse for the train tracks that run alongside Automobile Alley. So we painted in consistent colors what you will see bridges in large cities, and to give it that strength and that stability, and plus it's crimson. So it's a very Sooner red dirt kind of color. This piece is a Corbusier, the famous Swiss-born but French living architect designer, surrounded by kind of my kids' pictures and iconic images of Oklahoma, such as buffalo, and then we have other pieces that are consistent with the work we do for healthcare providers. We have oral surgery and neurological models, some interesting glass pieces, and some friends gave me a gift when we moved in of the architecturally designed Eames chairs in a platter format, which I love. And we have the Eames rockers. And this is another piece that was designed and constructed by Gen 3 Woodworking, who are just, like I said, they once did our conference table and my side table from the reclaimed bowling lane furniture, which they were trying to communicate Automobile Alley, Route 66. We selected the furnishings ourselves, but we had some guidance on some of the lawyers' pieces with our architect, who has Dwayne Mass and Matthew Radcliffe, are brilliant. They're our neighbors. They have been a dream to work with, and I would highly recommend them for anyone. They have an in-house designer who worked with us and made selections on finishings, drawer pulls, everything, and we were able to focus our attention on art and furniture. And her name is Chu Yan. She was instrumental in helping us along in a journey to find things that are really interesting pieces that reflect us as Oklahomans, buying local. The majority of all the pieces here were either locally made or purchased in stores along Automobile Alley. So it's been a real fun process working with mass architecture. And our builder was Miller Tippins, who have been sensational. So we've had just an amazing experience, which most people, when they do a significant remodel and they take 13,000 square feet and gray box it and start from scratch. Literally the first day they pulled the Bobcat in here and tore down every wall except the one load-bearing wall in the middle of the building. So we started with nothing, and they built everything up, and we've been really extremely pleased.